So Makeine episode 3 is finally out, and let's just say we get some good plot this episode. We also get some story development. So episode 3 kind of went in a different direction than I expected it to, honestly. It seemed to be more of a tame episode. We did get some good plot development, and we did get some good plot. It had more of a mellow feel and approach to it as opposed to the other 2 previous episodes. So with that being said, let's just get right into the episode review. Alright, so starting the episode off, we're greeted with Nukamizu, and then Komari decides to join at this water fountain outside school. And it just seems kind of like a normal water fountain talk. And then it takes a turn down the scientific method about where the best water is to drink in the school. And there we go, doing research on school water. Next, we are met in the club room, and of course, we are introduced with some sort of training camp for the club because you have to have that in these types of shows. Gotta have it. It's kind of a necessity at this point. Between the club meeting and then until the camp, we just kind of get some, I don't want to call it filler, but I love that line because it's like every dad loves to barbecue. It like plays into the meme of every dad just loving barbecue, just standing by the grill, holding their beer and just cooking for everybody, you know. Everyone's standing around the dad, flipping the meats and just saying, yep, that looks good. All right. I love that part. I really like that part. They play into a lot of the memes in the show, and I really like it because it's really creative and they're super they're in time with the times, if that makes sense. And we are met with the base little sister again. I like this interaction between them. I just like how she's almost insulting, but she's not trying to be. She's trying to be nice, but it just comes off insanely salting. Like this line here, you won't get lonely and start crying or anything because she's supposed to be gone for the week at a beach. It's completely normal. And it's overdone in anime, I think, and I like how this one did it pretty normal. Throughout this whole episode, we get a couple underlying plot developments, if that's what you want to call them, between Lemon here and Nukamizu, and then later in the episode we get another one which we'll get to. I think it's just kind of helping build their relationship. And then here we go with some more foreshadowing between Komari and the president. Like I said, we can pretty much assume what's going to happen. And of course it can't be a beach day without some fireworks. I do want to point out too, I really like how they have some big fireworks in there. So many animes just have sparklers and like just little, dare I say, Roman candles, but they're like piss baby Roman candles. They got some heaters in there, some actually good fireworks, and that's something you don't see in anime a lot, so I was happy they threw that in there. Get a decision here. The episode ends right before he comes up with an answer, so we don't really know what's going to happen, but judging by the past 2 episodes, we can kind of assume what's going to happen to poor little Komari here. Unfortunately, it seems like she's going to be another member of the Losing Heroines Club. That's just a guess, but it's an educated one based off the information we have. Overall, I thought this was a really good episode. It definitely shied away from the comedic aspect of the show and threw in some more serious plot and character development. I'm very excited to see what happens next. I believe there's really only 3 main girls in the show that this happens to my knowledge. So now we really get into the meat and potatoes of the show and where it's going to go from here. So I'm very excited and curious to see where this one goes. But that's the end of today's episode. If you enjoyed it, make sure to drop a comment on what you think of episode 3 so far. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and hit that bell for weekly uploads and reviews on Makeine, Too Many Losing Heroines. We'll see you guys next week.